Hi everybody, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the romantic comedy Geek Loves Punk, and today I'm going to be teaching you if today's video is if Star Wars, the entire franchise, was your life coach, 5 things we can learn from Star Wars. Buckle in, this is going to be awesome. You will not have a bad feeling about this. You'll have a great feeling about this. That's a Star Wars reference. Okay, so, alright. 5 steps if Star Wars was your life coach. Okay, the first thing is we're going to take a tip from Luke Skywalker, one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise. Which is why I had a tough time with The Last Jedi. It was a good movie, I just had some feelings. Okay, first here's Luke Skywalker, and his head bobbles. Is he bobbling? He's bobbling. Not as much. I guess he Okay, so if Luke Skywalker was our life coach, one thing we can learn from him is to find the adventure in life. So Luke Skywalker is he's a farmer. He's just chilling. Spoiler alert. But he's a farmer, and then there's like this big war happening, and all of a sudden he's minding his business as a farmer, and the war comes to him. And then he gets a message from Princess Leia that, oh no, he needs the help. And at first he's like, nah, and then spoiler alert, some bad stuff happens to essentially his parents. And then he's like, okay, he has to answer the calling to adventure, basically adventure. And in the in the case of Star Wars, it's answering the call to fight against the bad guys. The bad guys being like Darth Vader and, you know, the bad guys. They pretty much represent evil. So Luke Skywalker takes the call to fight for the greater good and fight against evil. And so he does go out and find adventure. So what we can learn from Luke Skywalker in that instance is try to find and go out on little adventures ourselves. So sometimes for us who aren't in the world of Star Wars, going on an adventure could mean something huge. Like for me, when I graduated college in Virginia, I moved to California. That was my adventure. And it was awesome and hard and awesome at the same time. But it could also be something small, like our brains get happy when we have a little bit of novelty. So it could mean just a new restaurant in your city or town. It could be a new coffee shop in your city or town. It could be reading a book in a different genre that you don't really usually read in. But a little bit of novelty, basically, or little adventures, makes our brain happy so that we're not doing the same thing all the time. For Luke Skywalker, it was like literally going to fight evil. But for you, it could just be trying a new restaurant. Okay, so that's step 1. Alright, so step 2, if Star Wars was our life coach, the second thing we could learn from Star Wars is to, now we're going to get deep, find a cause worth fighting for. Alright, so in this case, we're going to make reference to, alright, Princess Leia. Her head bobbles. Okay, she is my favorite character. It's a tie between her and Luke in the Star Wars franchise. And I also have this book. It's really good. Star Wars Leia by Claudia Gray. Got it at a comic book convention. I think yeah. I got it autographed. May the Force be with you. Okay, may the Force be with y'all. Okay. So Princess Leia. Okay, so Princess Leia had a fight worth fighting for, or a cause worth fighting for. So basically, there's the evil people, which is like Darth Vader and the Emperor, and they want to take over the world and be mean. I'm oversimplifying. But then Princess Leia, she's like, hey, not cool. So she fights evil, and that's the cause that she decides to fight. Now, the other folks who do that, and they're my favorite, is Star Wars Rogue One, a movie I really, really like that came out a couple of years ago, not that long ago. But here's my grocery bag. I go grocery shopping with Star Wars Rogue One. But this guy's name is Chirrut. And he says, I am one with the Force and the Force is with me. Love it. I have his t-shirt because he's so cool. All right, and then there's also Jen Urso, and she's really cool too. And she's so cool that I have her on my computer. Jen Urso and the robot. Okay, so you want to find a fight worth fighting for. So basically all these characters are fighting against evil because evil is bad. And so all these people want to take over, like Darth Vader and the Emperor and bad people. They want to take it over and they want to spread hatred and not coolness. But the good guys and gals, they want the world to be peaceful and kind, and everyone should have a right to freedom. So those are the causes that they fight for. So you and me, for me as a humble filmmaker, the causes I'm fighting for are, my mantra is love, being loving, kind, being kind, joy, bringing joy to the world, because I know how hard life is. I know how tough it is. I know how strong hatred is. If you read a history book on how strong and how much influence hatred can have on people, it's a bummer. Which is why I very sincerely, just like these characters I just mentioned, Princess Leia and Jen and Chirrut, if I'm saying that right. But just like these characters, they fought for a good cause. I want to fight for a good cause too. The ones for me, love, joy, and kindness. But yeah, find a mission worth fighting for. And your mission could be being really good to your kids, you know what I mean? Or your mission could be being the best teacher ever. Like, my sister's a teacher, my best friend's a teacher. I think teachers are cool. Oh, I forgot to tell you about Luke Skywalker. I grew up in a small farm town as well, and I had a teacher, Mrs. Boykin. She used to call me Julie Skywalker. It was awesome. Because I grew up in a small town just like he did. And then small town Virginia, and then I went to Richmond, Virginia, capital of Virginia. I went to college there, and then from there I went to California. So that was my adventure, just like Luke Skywalker, as far as going on an adventure. But yeah, as far as step number 2, yeah, find a cause worth fighting for, like these characters in Star Wars, because it brings meaning to your life. And having meaning in our lives makes us happy. Okay, step number 3 is be resourceful. Okay. In San Francisco, there's this, there's the Disney store, downtown San Francisco. I totally recommend it. It's like 2 stories. It has an escalator. It's great. But they had a sale. This was $3. Okay, so this is Ray. This is her little, like, you know, her little, like, motorcycle thingy. She like gets on it and she goes. That's what she does. Okay. But what I like about this is it shows how resourceful she was. She raised herself. She didn't have any parents growing up, so she had to be resourceful. And because she was resourceful, it helped her be really good at, like, doing stuff. She's really good with ships and flying and all that jazz, like flying ships and stuff like that, because she raised herself and she had to be resourceful. So a lot of us, like me, I wrote and directed a romantic comedy with no money, but I had the help of like 10, 15 wonderful human beings, and we were resourceful. We had to be. We didn't have any money. So being resourceful means, remembering, and I have a book. Okay, so there's this life coachy lady on YouTube. She's really great, but she has a book called Everything is Figureoutable. And so, and her name is Marie Forleo. And she's really smart and awesome and amazing. And she has a really great show on YouTube. I totally recommend it. I'll link it below. But yeah, so, but she says, excuse me, everything is figureoutable. That's her big thing. And it totally works. Being resourceful means, oh crap, how am I going to pull this off? And you can totally, let's say you're in a situation and it sucks. Acknowledge the fact that it sucks. Hey, this situation sucks. Okay, now what am I going to do about it? You know what I mean? So once a situation sucks, just figure out how, what you're going to do to, what solutions can you find to a problem. And that's why when she says everything is figureoutable, you can figure out anything to help find good resources. No. You can figure out anything there's just always a solution to a problem. So just believe in your ability to figure things out. And take what you have and do the best with what you have. Because what Rey does, well, even in Rogue One, for sure, with Rogue One, they take what they have and they essentially save the world. It goes the same thing with Rey. She takes what she has, and she has the help of a lot of great people, but she takes what she has and she saves the world. So, yeah, be resourceful like Rey. And also read the book. If you want tips on how to be resourceful, read the book, Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. Okay, step number 4 is be confident. Okay, my best friend gave this to me, but okay, this is Han Solo. Spoiler alert, but there's this part where him and Princess Leia, okay, basically she says, I love you, and he says, I think you can read that. Yeah, you can. He says, oh yeah, he says, I know. So basically, Han Solo is like super confident. You never see him where he's not confident. But by the time we meet him in the movie, he's a little bit older. He's at least in his 30s. So I think Harrison Ford, the actor, was like 35 when he played that part. And that's when he got his big break at 35. And of all the breaks, it was Star Wars. That's quite the break. So yeah, but I believe that Harrison Ford was 35 when he got Han Solo. So when he got Star Wars, and that pretty much launched his career, which is awesome. So, but anyway, by the time we meet Han Solo, he's super confident, and he's in his 30s, right? So Luke Skywalker is still figuring himself out. Leia's still figuring. No, Leia's pretty confident. She's like a general. I think she's like 19, 20, and she's already like a general. But I mean, she grew up in a very political family, so it kind of makes sense. She was kind of raised to be a politician, so to speak, or a general, or she was pretty much, it's the family business. So it totally makes sense that she's like leading a revolution at 20. If you watch the movies. Okay, but okay, back to Han Solo. So yeah, Princess Leia and Han Solo, they're actually both pretty confident. Princess Leia is confident because she believes in the cause that she's fighting for. She's fighting for freedom. She's fighting for the right for everyone to have freedom. That's quite the cause. And Han Solo, he's confident just because he is, to be honest. Like, first frame, he's confident, and that's who he is. And we don't really learn how he became so confident, but he's still a good role model on how we should all be confident. And there's plenty of books on how to be confident, but basically, the more you grow as a person, the more you practice doing anything, including confidence, the more you grow into who you are, the more the confidence just kind of comes. And then yeah, so be confident like Han Solo. And last step is step 5. Okay, step 5 is the more humble characters in the movie that are essential to the entire franchise, in my opinion, is C-3PO. I love C-3PO. And then, yes. Oops. My friend gave me this. It was R2-D2. Yeah, one of my friends gave me this for Christmas. It was awesome. Okay, so yeah, C-3PO and R2-D2, they're helpful. They're being of service. They're supporting the cause, and they're so important to the entire franchise. And they have a lot of fans. So, and I've gone to comic book conventions where people have built fully functional R2-D2s, and it's amazing. Okay, so the thing we can learn from R2-D2 and C-3PO is being of service and being helpful. So C-3PO, spoiler alert, but because in the third movie in the original series, because he can speak the same language as the little teddy bears, the Ewoks, okay, the little teddy, but he speaks their language. Because he does, he can get the Ewoks to help them fight the Empire, fight the bad guys. And it's helpful, you know what I mean? And R2-D2, he has that little zing, and he helps people, he helps them like get in and out of like situations and stuff. So So R2-D2 and C-3PO, they're always of service. They're always there being helpful. So the thing we can learn from them is to be helpful and of service ourselves. So if we're good to ourselves, if we channel all the stuff we just mentioned, if we go out looking for adventure, if we find a cause worth fighting for, if we're resourceful, or if we take what we have and do the best with what we have, then we can use that to fight for a good cause, like Rey. And we can be confident like Han Solo or Princess Leia. When we master all of those things, then we can be of service like R2-D2 and C-3PO. We can be kind and loving and caring and help folks out. Once we've mastered who we are as people and we feel good about who we are as people, now we can do our best to be as kind and loving and of service to others. And that's the point. Everybody, almost everybody, is walking around in a little bit of pain because life is hard and it's challenging, right? So that's why we need Jedi Knights and heroes, and that's why superhero movie franchise, people are like, when's this superhero movie thing gonna be over? Never? We need heroes. We need examples of heroes. And I know, Star Wars is having, as of I make this video, there's perhaps some drama or whatever. But the Star Wars genre, and it's a genre, it's never gonna go away because of what it symbolizes: good versus evil. Everybody is dealing with that on some small level in their lives. Everyone's been there, you know what I mean? Everyone has some toughness in their life that they're having to overcome. And so why does it resonate with people so much? Because the Jedi Knights fight for good. They fight against evil. They try to make the world a safe place, a good place for everybody. So essentially we all have the calling to be Jedi Knights. The question is, are we going to answer that calling and do good in the world? And what I'm telling you is do good in the world. Okay, so if Star Wars was your life coach, those are the 5 things you could learn. So yes, may the Force be with you. May the awesomeness be with you. And go forth and be awesome, be kind, be amazing, and follow the 5 steps that I just gave you. Okay, and yeah, alrighty. And my call to action is, okay, I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the romantic comedy Geek Loves Punk. My official call to action is you join my email list. Oh, actually, since you're on YouTube, you can go crazy on YouTube and you can like and subscribe and hit the bell button on this video. And then the other thing you can do once you're done just having so much fun on YouTube, the other thing you can do is there's a link below. You can go down, go to my website, and you can join my email list, and you will immediately get access to a free PDF download and a video that's only exclusively available through my email. And basically what the download and the video teaches you is the daily habits that I do every day to just feel good. So I used to deal with a lot of sadness. I'm okay. I used to deal with a lot of sadness, and then I studied personal development for, really I've studied it my entire life. And one of the things that helped me through my sadness was Star Wars and the stuff it symbolizes, right? So, but anyway, I teach you the daily habits that I do every day to help feel really, really good every day. So I call it how to cultivate more love, joy, and kindness into your life every day. Okay, so, and that's my video, and there you go. So I'm Julie Kerr, writer and director of the romantic comedy Geek Loves Punk, and this is my video if Star Wars was your life coach. Bye, everybody!